This video is going to be dedicated to the decline in sneaker popularity. We're going to try and understand why this decline is happening, what are the key factors behind this decline, and we're going to try and understand what is the future of the sneaker culture forward. Now, the sneaker market is experiencing a noticeable downturn after years of heightened demand and popularity. The shift can be attributed to several key factors. For example, the normalization of the market conditions post-pandemic, which saw a temporary surge in collectible interest, an increase in the production volume by the brands, reducing the exclusivity and the value of previously limited editions, a proliferation of high-quality counterfeits, particularly impacting high-profile collaborations, the changing fashion trends which have seen consumers pivot towards different styles and brands, and a broadening of the consumer footwear preferences, which now include a variety of styles from boots to designer collaborations. Now, as the market matures, rarity and uniqueness are becoming much more prized amongst the collectors, signaling a move towards a more discerning and diversified sneaker culture. With this brief, let's do a deep dive and let's try and understand what are the key factors which are leading to the decline in sneaker popularity. First and foremost, the post-pandemic market normalization. Now, the sneaker boom during the COVID-19 pandemic was partly fueled by the increased online shopping and a surge in the interest in collectibles. With the return to normalcy, the demand has naturally recalibrated. Sneakers, which saw an exaggerated spike in popularity and value due to scarcity and heightened consumer interest, are now witnessing a market correction. Secondly, the overproduction and the accessibility. Brands previously capitalized on limited editions to create hype, driving up demand and resale prices. Recently, the strategy has shifted towards high production volumes, including restocks of the popular models. Now, this diminishes the exclusivity and subsequently lowers the market value of these products. This brings us to the rise of counterfeits. The sneaker market has also been impacted by high-quality counterfeits, which are often produced in the same facilities as the genuine articles. These replicas, particularly of the high-profile collaborations like those of Travis Scott, are so close to the original that they satisfy the consumer demand for the brand without the associated cost. And this leads to further dampening of the legitimate market. Now, let's also understand the shift in the fashion trends. Now, fashion is cyclical and consumer preferences keep evolving. The decline in the interest of styles associated with brands like Yeezy, especially after the high-profile controversies, reflect a broader shift towards different styles and the brands that may not have had the same auction appeal but cater to current fashion sensibilities. This brings us to the diversification of the footwear preferences. Now, as the sneaker enthusiasts expand their collections, there is a noticeable pivot towards varied footwear types like boots, loafers, and even designer collaborations which are outside of the typical sneaker sphere. This diversification is not just amongst the consumers, but also the brands that are adapting to the changing consumer preferences. Finally, let's try and understand the collector market fatigue. Now, the sneaker resale market is showing signs of fatigue, with only the truly unique items fetching high prices at the auctions. Now, this shift suggests that the collectors are now looking for rarity and uniqueness rather than merely following the hype, which indicates a more mature and a discerning market. So, in conclusion, we can say that all these factors that we have discussed with you are suggesting a change in the sneaker landscape, which is becoming more balanced and diversified. Brands may need to recalibrate their strategies to maintain relevance and profitability, focusing on innovation in design and in marketing while aligning with the evolving consumer preferences. The future of sneakers will likely hinge on the ability of the brands to anticipate and react to these shifts, ensuring that they cater to both the fashion-forward and the functional needs of their consumers. And this is what we wanted to share with you in this particular video. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Do stay tuned in for more.